Destroy a creature with flying. There you have it. Boom! What's up gamers, Hexdrinker TCG coming at you with a standard deck tech. We've just wrapped up the 2024 Magic the Gathering World Championships and we have a newly crowned two-time world champion. Congratulations to Javier Dominguez taking the event down with Temur Demons. But we're not going to be discussing demons today. We will be looking at another deck from the Magic the Gathering World Championships that kind of went a little bit under the radar. It's Temur Prowess. So while nobody placed in the top 8 of the event, there was a player that went 6-2. It had 9 pilots at the event, and it just took down a standard challenge on MTG on the 28th of October. So if you haven't heard about this deck, I hadn't either until seeing that result, and after having looked at the list, I was really intrigued and wanted to figure out exactly what was going on, as it does look like it's kind of a bits and pieces deck, some unusual numbers, a couple of 2s, some 1s, 3s, very few lands. So what exactly is going on with this deck? Like I mentioned, it took me, actually playing a game or two to put everything together, and it's very interesting. It's a fun, unusual deck. It's a little bit reminiscent of, I would say, Khans of Tarkir, Jeskai, Ascendancy tokens, but it's a less of an aggro deck, more mid-range with kind of a combo finish, but it still has the tokens element and the cheating on mana element. So at a glance, not exactly clear what the deck's about, but I would say the 3 most important cards are these. It's Valley Flood Caller, Enduring Vitality, and Song of Totentans. So how do we get things rolling here? Well, you put one of these in play, Enduring Vitality. It allows for all your creatures to tap for mana, after which you get a Valley Flood Caller. It makes it so that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, all of your birds, frogs, otters, and rats get +1/+1, and they get untapped. This card also has Flash, and it allows you to cast non-creature spells as though they had Flash. So essentially, you have the Vitality in play, you have Otters through Storm Chaser's Talent, Thunderclap Trainer, and then the Rats from Song of Totentans. So the first time you cast this for, say, X equals 3 or 4, so you spend 5 mana, you're now producing 4 mana from those, since the Rats come in with haste. And then let's say you float 4 mana, cast a 1 casting cost non-creature spell, you're up 3 mana, everything untaps, tap everything again, and as you can see, you go very tall, very wide, very quickly. And should you ever put 2 of these together in the same turn, well, you're usually winning. What else is going on in this deck? Well, one of the other key cards is This Town Ain't Big Enough. So this is a 5 casting cost bounce spell that bounces 2 non-land permanents, but if you target one of your own things, you get a steep discount of 3 generic mana. That works pretty well with Up the Beanstalk. So you don't usually see Up the Beanstalk in numbers less than 4, right? Your deck is either an Up the Beanstalk deck or it's not. This deck kind of gets incidental synergy with Up the Beanstalk. It's more important that it's like a value permanent that you get to pick back up with This Town Ain't Big Enough. But it simultaneously gets triggered from the CMC being so high. So what other things are you looking to pick up? Well, this is both a tempo play and a value play. So other value kind of permanents that you can pick up are the Storm Chaser's Talent, which produces an otter, and then can later on kind of do this clunky, grindy loop with This Town Ain't Big Enough. Thunderclap Trainer for more instants and sorceries or other non-creature spells. Bitter Reunion, Questing Druid in a pinch, as well as Roaring Furnace, Steaming Sauna. So as I mentioned before, low land count, 19 lands. It's a blue and green deck, splashing red, mostly for removal. And then the big flourish finish that is Song of Totentans. So without any further ado, let's get into some games and we'll discuss the sideboard as we go. Okay, no blue mana, but we can fix that immediately with Analyze the Pollen. I think this hand will do fine. Let's get our trainer rolling here. Okay. Set up a value chain with Storm Chaser's talent. Hopefully we can pick up a blue duel here. Okay. This does let us double spell, which is nice. Let's have the Beanstalk. Storm Chaser's talent, and we'll get our second blue via Fabled Passage. It's always nice when your card has got value and then gets removed. Imagine our token is gone here. Yep, that's fine. We'll just replay one this turn. Just thinking what would be better. We have Valley Flood Caller and Storm Chaser's talent. And then they make us discard. We'll probably discard land. Yeah, I think that's alright. It doesn't let us protect Valley Flood Caller. So if I wait a turn, we can have it and this town ain't big enough. And this turn we can spend picking up Analyze the Pollen. Some options. I was going to do this plus that. I think that may be the way to go just to get value. Yeah, I'm going to go do that. Is there any upside to replaying it now? We can get a green 1-mana spell if we do it now. So it's mono black. I think I'm going to keep Paw Patch Formation. 5th land is not super important now that we've spent this town ain't big enough. Okay, Slasher. How much mana are we going to have here now? 5. If I play the Vitality. We can do 2 Storm Chasers. We can also just kill Slasher, which I think is the way to go. It doesn't really kill it, but we'll be able to attack through it and pressure Liliana. And if Liliana minuses now, we can probably just ditch the Otter. Is it wrong to ditch the Flood Caller? Probably. We're going to be making so much mana. I'm going to discard the Paw Patch Formation and look to get it back through Storm Chaser's talent, because we're going to untap with a lot of mana now. Okay. They chose the 6/6 since I did discard the Paw Patch. We're not going to have haste. So let's go 2, 3. Flood Caller. Tap for mana. This didn't really allow me to do what I wanted. We went short because of our tapped land. I'm gonna cast this as well, so that we can't we don't have anything to discard to Liliana. And our auto will be 1. Power toughness 2 small there. I wonder if we hadn't played the Flood Caller, if we could have maybe unlocked the Sauna. Okay, lots of pressure. If the Flood Caller dies here, we're in a bit of a pinch. I'm actually going to sack the Vitality. This insulates it from getting exiled by instant speed removal. They're showing a lot of respect there to the Flood Caller. Here, I think we're just going to go absolutely crazy with 2 Flood Callers, and then basically getting everything back from the graveyard. So let's get a bunch of mana. It'll just be probably Paw Patch formation twice. So let's analyze the pollen, which as you can see now also serves as a tutor later on. Doesn't just fix mana, and it does provide triggers for Valley Flood Caller and all the little Ardor Bros. And just like Song of Totentans, Valley Flood Caller in multiples is really, really potent. As you'll see now, we're about to go super big. Okay. Level 2, Paw Patch. Let's get rid of a demon. And we should be able to one-shot them here, which is pretty crazy. That one's level 2, this one's level 1. Destroy creature with flying. There you have it. Boom! Double Flood Caller. Probably didn't sequence that perfectly, but, you know, figuring it out as we go. Since we don't have stuff like Go for the Throat, this is one of our best tools to fight against Ritual Chamber and big demons like Archfiend and the token from Unholy Annex. So yeah, we're gonna look to up those. Liliana I'm not really too concerned with, since we have so many like stray tokens. It's pretty easy to take care of. Just considering right now if we should bring negates in, but we may not have space. It's just not the type of game plan we're looking to execute. I'm gonna trim all the small ball stuff. Like, we're probably not gonna fight anything with Bushwhack. We can get rid of one of those. I think that creatures usually have more than 2 toughness. This is quite good against Slasher, but I don't want to draw large numbers of Torture Tower. And we can still find it off of Thunder Trap Trainer. Looking to get as grindy as possible. So let's max out on Paw Patch formation. As I mentioned, Archfiend is a tough card for us and does apply a lot of pressure very quickly. I do want another Roaring Furnace, as getting it on the Steaming Sauna side is going to let us grind really well. And that's probably the configuration I'm looking at. Again, I'm going to think about negate after game 2. Maybe if they put in like a bunch of Gix's commands and that kind of stuff. Go bigger with non-creature spells, we'll consider bringing those in. Okay, mana looks good. A little bit slow, but nice hand to grind with. Let's see if they're going to break apart our combo here. Probably. Not too much of an issue. We do have our 2 key cards for the matchup, or for the deck. Okay, Storm Chaser's Talent's a nice one to bounce. I probably don't want a Questing Druid end step here, because my next turn is most likely going to be Enduring Vitality. I'm just going to play a Storm Chaser's Talent, and then that'll provide us an extra mana off of Enduring Vitality next turn if we draw 1-drop. Okay, Preacher. There's a card that Torch the Tower does not kill, so I'm glad we trimmed on those. And then, if they are higher life, what happens? They get a Vampire. Okay, no attacks. There's no way we double block, because they can blow us out. And then if we untap, we're going to be doing really well. Okay, so I misread. They draw a card, that's nice. Take 2. Okay, doesn't exile it. Which is the most important aspect of the card. So, I want to hit lands. And they have more life, so they'll be drawing cards. Bouncing Breach is a nice tempo play. We have up to 4 mana. I would like to get a land off of Questing Druid. If we don't get a land, we can still bounce. But if I get expensive cards, they will get lost on end step. So I'm gonna miss out on getting a land, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this as a bit of a tempo play, and then on the end step we'll cast Questing Druid to try and untap and hit some lands. So just relieve some pressure. We have an answer to an Archfiend. Yeah, then replaying Preach is perfect. So let's go Questing Druid. Or Seek the Beast rather. Tap land. Let's get our value. Tap land. Probably looking to get Forest. We're gonna have 3 mana remaining. Do we go Thunder? Preacher's gonna attack us again. You battlefield. We can attack them, in which case they're gonna make a 1/1, which is a lot better. If I cast another non-creature spell, like the Storm Chaser's Talent. So it's a 2/2 now, 3/3 off of Storm Chaser's Talent. Let's see. Island, we've played land for the turn. Yeah, it's not going to work out. Analyze Pollen can get us a creature. What can we do? I think I'll let them attack and maybe we can put Floodcaller in play. And then if it dies, we'll just fetch another one. Okay, they get a card. Looking to hit their 4th land drop. No blocks. Bloodletter. Okay. We already have the answer to that. They know about this Floodcaller, so I'm surprised they're not very fearful of it. If I get another one, we can go pretty crazy. We do have a good amount of mana here. Can also kill both of their things pretty easily. So let's actually start with that. Let's go Furnace. So we'll cast it with Utter Mana. I think we could have gone super big off of Analyze, getting a Valley Floodcaller first, and then each spell we cast would have been 2 untaps and 2+1/+1. So we would have gone like skyscraper high, sky high. But there you have it. Just they chose not to respect the Floodcaller and they just died in 1 turn. So very crazy sequence and kind of eye-opening to me as well. Should have started that sequence differently, but yeah, you learn as you play. So I'll try and improve here for the next few games. Okay, this one will do fine. Nice Vitality start. Probably do green on the Vista. Let's minimize the amount of damage we take unnecessarily. Okay, this is going to be a tempo version of the blue-black deck. There was a player that was about... I think they were 10-0 and lost to the red deck in the top 8. at the World Championships with a similar build. I think they have Enduring Curiosity over Gix from the previous season. Okay, Slasher coming up. Are they going to keep it? They do. Okay, so this will put tension on their removal now if they want to exile Vitality or play Slasher. If they play Slasher, we can bounce it and kill Spyglass Siren, continue to develop our board. And then they'll have nothing left to draw cards with Curiosity. So ideally they'll play Slasher. No. Did not want that getting anointed. So if we hit land drop, we can go Beanstalk plus exile Siren. So we are taking some damage here. I'll get Island. Should have held Island in case we drew Mountain off of Beanstalk there. Take one, then take another one. Okay. So if they hold up mana, they most likely have Curiosity. Curiosity is an enchantment. I think what we can do now is hit another land off of Pollen. Play probably Trainer and then bounce Trainer and their Curiosity. So let's go. Pollen, getting maybe Mountain, play Trainer off of Mountain, off of Island, Carplusion Forest. I think it might have been better to do Stormchaser's Talent. Actually, no, because we can still rebuy this town in big enough later through talent. So here comes Enduring Curiosity. Just bounce it now in case they have like a main board negate or a spell stutter. Cancel, bounce, this and that, submit, take one. Getting damaged, but we are getting good value. And now if they play like an Archfiend, we'll have enough cards to kill it with Roaring Furnace. Okay, there's Slasher, holding up 2 mana. Ooh. This is a little risky, because it might get anointed again, but we do need to set up Vitality at some point. Spend 5 mana, I think we'll get a forest with this. Ooh, this can now actually tutor, so maybe I should hold on to that. But we do need to hit lands. I think we're fine to hit forest. What do I want counted? Vitality can just block that, so let's start on Vitality and then Roaring Furnace after that. The downside on playing it on the Furnace side is that you don't get the Beanstalk triggers, but we do want to set ourselves up so that we're not being pressured and can take over the game here. We have plenty of cards to work with. They're holding up removal. I imagine it's go for the throat. Mastermind. Okay. That makes sense. There's another option. So now they can play Curiosity and draw a card off of Mastermind. And we'll have we'll have an answer to one of them. I do want to probably keep bouncing the Mastermind ideally. I mean the Curiosity ideally. Because kill it with Paw Patch and they'll still have the effect, right? Okay, they're gonna go for drawing the card now. Maybe try and hit a land drop. We're at 9. Okay, Sauna is decent. I also want another Tortured Tower. So we have access to 7 mana. If we play this and rebuy Tortured Tower, that's 5. 6 to cast it, and then we have 1 remaining. So we need another land to do it all with the Furnace. Can just take another 2 from Fairy Mastermind. And then that'll also give us another mana next turn. If we Thunderclap, we can find it that way. We can also find a bounce spell for Thunderclap. If we do that, play, rebuy, we won't be able to kill the Curiosity. Okay, this is a more conservative play, but it might be worse. Let's see. There's our Otter, that'll give us mana next turn. Level up. Torture Tower. Not sure how we had enough mana to do this. That should have not have been enough. Bargain on this. Probably getting rid of a Sauna. It's fine. Do lose out on a mana there for next turn. I do like that. Attack. And then post combat, kill the Mastermind. Okay. If they have an Archfiend, we have the answer, and next turn we can set up a Floodcaller. Maybe the Thunder Trap can find a Tottentans and we'll be rolling. Okay, so this is a matchup where we're going to want to keep all the Torture Towers. We just have too many great targets between Slasher, Mastermind, and Curiosity. I think we'll definitely put in 1 more Paw Patch in case they have some big flyers. Upkeep. Hopefully it's not an Anoint. It's a Flood Pits Drowner. Okay. Tapping the Vitality. I don't really want a Paw Patch off of it, so I think that's fine. I'll draw. I'm gonna thin the deck and get Floodcaller now. This is 7, 8. That's a neat use of the Room card. Using it to collect evidence 7. Floodcaller. Oh, this can actually exile our guy. That's a bit of a problem. So here, if we don't hit Tottentans, we can maybe get removal for the Drowner. So that our Vitality is still around to provide mana for us. Okay, that's a decent alternative. I think we have to kill the Drowner and then It's tough because we still need to deal with Slasher as well. What color is this? Green? It only taps for 2, for blue and for red. Man, this is tough. Magic is hard. I think we're gonna lose our Enduring Curiosity here, unfortunately. They're at 3 cards, and they're all non-lands. I think I want to deal with the Slasher. Probably ditching a Bean. Bean or a Sauna? Probably... Ooh, if we sack the Curiosity, then we get to protect it in a sense. But this uses up a lot of mana, so I think I'm fine with that. I'm gonna sack the Sauna. Could be wrong. But that's what I'm going with. And then we get to hold that Paw Patch. Bushwhack. We want to removal or Song of Totentans, I think. I'll just pass. 2 mana unspent, not the most efficient turn. Okay, that's fine. So they'll get to attack and remove our Enduring Curiosity. Okay, I like seeing land. We're at 7. I may cycle this, because we are getting quite low, and the food will bolster our life total a little bit. Kaito. Oof, okay. It's a 3/4, hexproof, emblem, surveil 2, draw a card for each opponent with last life, okay? And they can put another stun counter. Okay, so they'll go up to 3 cards, milling 2 lands. That's pretty good. Putting a lot of pressure on us. We're not really getting time to stabilize ourselves. Okay, it's a pretty bad draw. That is a good draw. Can this damage Planeswalkers? Yes, it can. Kaito is a 3/4, so this guy pumps itself as well. Okay, let's put a Bitter Union in place so that our Vista taps for 3. Net 2. There's Totentans. So how is this gonna work? I want that to happen next turn. I don't want to get hit by Kaito. If we make 3 rats now and attack, we can put him to 1. We're at 6. I think we try and win next turn. That is going to require another non-creature spell. If I kill the Drowner and gain life, I'm not sure, but we can pass. So play that for 3, have 2 remaining, can gain the life. Gain the life and then try and kill the Drowner on our turn to get the extra non-creature spell for another trigger off a Floodcaller. So that's the plan. Okay, here's Drowner. Tap. Okay. This is hexproof on his turn. It can pump itself on his turn. Via emblem. They have 3 cards, they can go up to 4. Okay. They're not gonna push for lethal. do this now. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do need a non-creature. Okay, so now we're not going to be able to tap for mana. That's fine. I'm going to put this guy in play. But now they'll get to dig towards removal, since they know that this is coming. But they also knew we had it, so no real surprise there. Get 2 cards off of Beanstalk, so if we play this for X equals 4 or more, so that'll possibly draw 1 casting cost non-creature. But now that we can't tap for mana, it's going to be very difficult to put together enough. Maybe we just deal with Kaito on our turn. Let's see what they set up. Because if they kill Floodcaller, they're probably going to be taxed on mana to then also keep developing the board. We do also have the food still, so it's a close game. Or at least very difficult. Okay, not surprising. 2 mana remaining. Untapped land. 1 drop. Okay. I have to assume that they also have a removal. Okay, that's not gonna give Kaito extra loyalty. Just power. It's another Kaito on top. They choose to mill it. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so let's go with want to make this X equals 4. That's X equals 5 and I have 2 remaining to sacrifice a food. Or play a 1 casting cost spell, or pay X equals 2. So this is X equals 5. Draw 2 cards off of Beanstalks. Come on. No gas. Okay. Attack Kaito. Okay, we take care of him. Gain life here. And then try and win off a Floodcaller next turn. We have 1 card remaining. Gain the life now. We're at 5. Floodcaller. I tapped my land wrong. It's my fault. Oh no, it tapped correctly. That's nice. Trigger. Okay. Let's return. Maybe Tosha Tower. Does it matter? Trigger again, and then we'll give everything haste with Reunion, and we should be comfy lethal once again. Okay, close game. Very nice game. Okay, so we want to be considerate of the fact that they're going to try and tempo us out. I'm not really concerned with siding in negates, as all their interaction is very cheap, and I don't think we'll have the luxury of being able to hold up mana. Kaito is also kind of castable through its ninjutsu cost, which makes it uncounterable in a sense. Yeah, we just want to optimize for being lean and mean. Didn't see any Archfiends, so I think I might go back against what I said regarding putting in another paw patch. Roaring Furnace is nice as kind of removal and value. We'll keep the one paw patch. And then I think I want another removal spell. I would rather go down, I think, a Questing Druid than a Beanstalk. Do a Volcanic Spite. And just basically keep it the same. Most of the cards have some sort of application in the matchup. So let's run it back. Okay, looks good enough. We are looking to draw Tortured Tower. There's a nice blue jewel, which lets us get on board instead of having to analyze a pollen, so I think I'm going to do that. This also allows for us to have mana up front, so to speak, once Vitality hits the battlefield, assuming this artist sticks around. Do they take the paw patch? Yes, they do. Okay, another Vitality. I'm happy to keep... I'm gonna offer the trade here. Okay, Thunder Trap. Bushwhack, that's going to be a way to get rid of the bat next turn. Probably via Thunder Trap. Duress us. Okay, Bushwhack's gone. There's no way you take Analyze. Okay. We can get it back with Storm Chaser, but it's going to take some time. This is another bat. It's pretty good. There are 2 cards remaining and we still have Storm Chaser to kill one of these bats and then kill the other bat via Paw Patch. Let's see how we do. I think if we draw a 1 mana removal spell, it's going to make this game pretty easy. They miss on the counter on the bat, but they do draw a land off of their map, and it's a good land. 2 mana remaining, they'll have to pay life for a removal. Vitality is still in play right now. As long as they don't anoint it, I think we'll be in a great spot. Okay. If we play an untapped land, we cannot also play Vitality, but we can also Paw Patch. So let's do this. If I target Vitality, they can't cut it down. If they had an Anoint, they would have used it. What I can do here is attack with Vitality, and then we'll know if they have... I don't love that, actually. I think we're bushwhacking off of a Vitality and hoping not to get blown out. Hopefully they have cut down and not go for the throat. Yep. It seems likely. This guy attacks. They could also just have counterspell. I'm gonna give up the 2 damage here to try and Paw Patch. And do it on their turn. Fairy. Now do we want to kill Battle Fairy? Probably Fairy. It's more damage. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, we're a little low on gas. We can level up Storm Chaser's talent next turn. And we'll be one short of also playing a Vitality, so sooner add this to the board, I think, to be able to continue to pressure. Okay, never mind, so we'll be leveling up unless something else better comes up off the top of the deck. It's a lot of bats, and Reef's online next turn as well. They have 1 card. With a lifelink, it's going to be hard to race, so we definitely need some more action. Don't anoint me, bro. Okay. Upkeep. Flood Pit's Drowner. Okay, it's fine. I cannot level up at instant speed, I'm pretty sure. That is a phenomenal draw. So play, level up, and then fight. And we'll probably fight, I think, a bat to tie up their mana and get the other enduring Vitality. Play this. Who do I want to block the Drowner? Sure, level up. Bushwhack. What are we bushwhacking? I want to bushwhack a bat, I think. This is tough. It's another close game. What's it gonna be? Do they have 1 card? I'm blocking the Drowner, so they're gonna have to choose if they want to exile my Vitality. This is 2. Yeah, you're not getting free damage here. Okay, they have 1 card. Yep, play this level up, I think. If we level up, we don't get to block Reef, which is scary. Maybe for that reason I don't. I want to be able to have 4 power and toughness to block, like Vitality Otter. So let's go next. And we'll just go have these 2 attack. Whew. Tough. We need action. We need action. Probably this town ain't big enough will be one of the better draws. What else? Sauna would be a fantastic draw. Kill Mastermind, flip it. Let's see if they activate their land or not. I think that'll actually be pretty good for us. Sure, we lose 2 mana, but it takes a whole turn and puts them down a land, so they'll have to draw another land to activate the next one. Hopefully they mill us, so we can collect evidence. Mill themselves. Okay, they have Tidebinder. Taking 4 down to 6. We still have the effect, of course, from the Virtue. From the Enduring Vitality. That is not great. We can level up and then get a land. Thin. I think maybe we level up. In the next turn, level up again on the other one to get 2 others. But we're so low. I'm not seeing how we win. I think I'd rather thin and hope to draw action and have as much mana available for next turn as possible. So just get Island. We can attack, and yeah, just kind of in a similar position where we have to draw really well next turn to stand a chance. They have 2 cards. Down to 2. Yeah, we were not able to establish enough pressure this game. If we play this and then draw a card off of the backside, that's like a 1 mana removal. We stand a chance. Like a torch, maybe even 2 mana removal. Yeah, we have the requisite mana to do that. So let's go. We're at 6 out of 8 on Analyzer Pollen. Unfortunately, we don't get a trigger off of the talent, as it does care about instants and sorceries, and I had no cards in hand, so it doesn't actually kill it. Yeah, I think we're done this game. Okay, cheap removal is the name of the game. Cheap removal. Let's go down a Bitter Reunion, up a Volcanic Spite. And you really get taxed on cards in hand with Bat Mockingbird combo. And then to kind of undo all that damage, you need to go after them systematically, and you don't get to kill the other threats. So yeah, it's highly effective at taxing your resources. That's a cool aspect of their deck for sure. Okay, on the play for the decider. Ooh, our mana is a bit taxed, but we do have a Torture Tower and a Bushwhack. I think I'm going to keep this Finding Mountain and hope to get a bit lucky drawing a third land to get the ball rolling with Curiosity. Here's Mountain. Are we getting duressed? Okay, so that's only a Vitality as far as I know. Creature or Artifact, yeah. So one of those. Beanstalk. Hopefully we'll hit our third land. Thunder Trap, yeah, I want to try and hit third land. I think it's more important. No third land. Maybe this will hit it. They play a target for us. Although playing a target into Furnace with 2 removal spells, they might hold up Fairy. Bat, okay, that's fine. I think they should take Spite, so I can't find third land. We take Vitality. Okay, I find third land anyway. I can just Torch the Tower plus Thunder Trap, which I think I'm going to do. That'll give us more mana to spend next turn. Probably this town ain't big enough is the pick, I would imagine. Though Song with Vitality is so potent, but we can't guarantee that Vitality is not just gonna get anointed. I think we take this town. Okay, if they hold up mana, I'm just gonna hold up mana as well. Play it slow. Let's get probably second island. If they play Fairy, I'm just gonna Spite it. Okay. I think I'm also not gonna do anything. Just take my turn. This will find a forest. Just hitting land drops, taking our time. It's a little risky to cast this here, not being able to pay for something like Spell Stutter. We're on the play. I'm hoping they don't have it. Now we can just protect it with this town ain't big enough against Anoint. Yeah, putting them in a very uncomfortable position while continuing to develop our board. No pressure, they can put a Kaito in play, then we can attack it. I'm not tapping out. Vitality attacks, I'm going to play Furnace on the backside, and then we'll be able to hold up 2 mana. So let's get probably another forest. Let's go. Tidebinder. Okay. On up the Beanstalk. Sure, that's fine. And then next turn we'll just unlock the room. Just keep continuing to protect the Vitality. There's no reason to tap out. I can take 3 damage. We're at 19. Plus they're not winning that race. Sheoldred. That's fine. think I bounce Thunderclap and Sheoldred. Right, and then I'm happy to attack and trade to have Vitality stick around as an enchantment. Yep. 1, 2. I lose 2 life here. We have a lot of mana. I think we unlock this door. And then play a Thunder Trap for its Offspring cost. And we'll just have so much mana. So many cards in hand to be able to finish Sheoldred. Probably talent. Yeah, it's looking great. It's looking really, really good. That is fine. Let's draw our card and lose 2. Yep. Here's a Furnace. Yeah, I mean, it's just, they're getting brutalized now. Storm Chaser's talent. How much mana do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this guy attacks. Then play this for Offspring. Just looking for Totentans at this point. And analyze the pollen. Okay, there's that. Sure, this town ain't big enough. And we'll pass. Holding up, this town ain't big enough. Got him. Grinding hard. They were trying to exchange with our Glimmer of Vitality, but we simply didn't let them do that. So there's game 2. On the draw, analyze the pollen into potentially red mana, Tosha Tower, Beanstalk, Druid. It's a bit risky, but I'm gonna keep this on the draw and hope we're not playing against red. Or that we hit maybe blue-green duel off the top. We do not, but it is a land. Said I wanted red, right? Yeah. Okay, blue-black. Which version of blue-black? Okay. We can... I want another green land for next turn. So we can slam Vitality. If we get that now, they probably won't spell stutter it. They could also just have a fairy. I think I want to set us up to have Vitality next turn. Otherwise we have Ada plus Tosha Tower. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Does walk into Anoint, but I'm gonna try it. Forest. I'm gonna play our Mountain. They didn't have fairy. Tapped land. So they're probably gonna slam 6/6 on their turn. What is the best play into that? I think I want to hope that they have go for the throat and not Anoint. Doesn't sound great, but it will set us up best against the 6/6 if that is their play. Okay, that's the counter. I suppose they knew that we had the land in hand last turn, so that's why they didn't counter our bushwhack. Here, probably want to dig for a bounce spell. So we can do Beanstalk Trainer. And if we hit Furnace off of this, it's only 5 damage, right? No Furnace, there is a Bushwhack. This is turn 4. We can combine, we already have a Torch. I think I want a Bushwhack. And then I'll do a Beanstalk. Yeah, under a lot of pressure already. Even though they didn't do anything in this game, really. But play draw is a huge difference. Okay. Holding up all their mana again. I think I want to try for a Sauna. Or our 1 Paw Patch formation. Okay, there's a bounce spell. Bounce spell, and let's probably, I have to play untapped blue. And then I want to get, not sure what I want. Maybe another untapped blue. This is the last land in the deck, so yeah, it'll be untapped blue. Trainer gets in, and then on their turn, I'm gonna look to bounce. Unless they go to kill the trainer now, in which case I'll respond. Let's respond. This and that. Okay. Sick tempo play. It's back, boys. 2 and 3. Or 2 and a 4. I'm fine with this. You and you. Trigger. There we go. That's what I wanted for a vitality. Not enough green. Not enough green. And that's why you think about how you're going to cast spells before you cast them. We have 8 cards. I'm fine discarding a tapped land. Let's get our vitality now. 5, 8. Actually, let's get a Valley Flood Caller. I can go crazy with that. And then I'm just gonna, I'm just discarding a tapped land. If they go for Demon again, then we can slam Flight Caller, otherwise we'll just Questing Druid and keep hitting land drops. Yep. Okay, very nice. We're out of basics in the deck, so possibly fight that. Yep, that looks good. Talent. Tap land. Oh. Bushwhack their fish, I guess. Let's start on, we don't need to, bushwhack their fish is okay. That way we do have an extra attacker at some point. And then we can just Thunder Trap Trainer. Let's do it off of Thunder Trap. Like this. Okay, can't cut that down anymore. Yep, that'll get Virtue, and we're set up with the combo now. Those two fight. Feel free to kill my 1/2. Nope. Okay, hitting lands, advancing the board. They're not really doing anything. Can make another fish. Yep, putting them in an uncomfortable position. If we don't let a big demon kind of pressure us too much, I think we have a pretty good game against this sort of a matchup compared to like a tempo version. Something like what we've faced against last match. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough. Okay, let's get the Virtue. Is there another way to do it? I think we're fine to collect evidence on the bounce spell. We still have others in the deck. 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 7, 8. Virtue. Let's play it for a damage. Keeping red untapped. Actually, it doesn't matter since we have other creatures. Then we got tap land. And looking to do big things next turn. Also return something to hand. You torch the tower, this guy. And then have a little buddy attack for 3. If they turn their land on, yeah, I don't want to have to fire this off. So let's just not attack. And I'm not going to level up so we can... Actually, let's do level up. Let's level up and get a torch. And then we can just do everything next turn. So level up. If they go Fairy and Restless Reef, we're still fine. Oh, they're annoyed now after we spent the mana. Okay. That Fairy as well? Go for the throat. They don't want to set up demon plus cut down. Okay. Thunder trap. You can just do a massive Tottentance. I don't hate that. Just do it. Hold up 2 mana to be able to pay. Totentanz X5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we ignore Jace. If they double Jace us, is that a way for us to die? I think it is. So we actually cannot ignore Jace. Next. Something like that. Do I want to train or do I want to hold up torch? Or questing druid? Probably hold up torch, questing druid. We have enough bodies in play to win with Valley Flood Caller next turn. And if questing druid hits cheap casting cost stuff, we can get a big attack. I wonder if they're setting up their combo win with like the inverter card, the new black demon with Jace, but I think this won't be enough cards because it'll be 3 times X. I think it leaves us with like 5 or 6 cards left in library, so we should have enough to win through that with Jace if they go swamp casted. It's level 2. Yes, it is. Unholy Annex, okay. That is fine. Starting on Virtue's fine. And yep, now we do the thing. Oh yeah. Let's go, team. Yep, that looks pretty good. Cut that down, take 20. Once again, I managed to do it incorrectly, but should be easy. Could have also sacrificed to give haste and like added these 2 guys, but pretty comfortably lethal once again. Tucking them in for a nice, comfy lethal. Okay, so they look like a probably more of a Javier Dominguez style controlling version of the deck. I want to see if they have big instant sorceries post board before I commit to negates. So yeah, take out some low ball stuff. I'm gonna trim torches, as they do still have fairies. 1 Biddy Reunion, probably 1 Bushwhack. Try it like that. That was a win on the draw, but we did draw our land there. I think got anointed on 3, he pressured us with the demon. Suppose if they started on a true drop or duress 2 drop, it would have likely have resulted in being enough pressure for us to lose, but they didn't really play on curve much and had a tap land on turn 3, so. And then we drew our bounce spell, and you know how it went. Okay. On the draw with the removal heavy hand, 2 lands. This can be blue. Get Thunder Trap. Probably keep it. It's not great. This can also find something that gets more lands. Duress. Okay. Oh no, did I not bring in... I think I did bring in Paw Patches. Here's blue. Can't view sideboard. I'm trying to right click. I think let's start here. This is tough. Because if this hits a card that finds a land, the next one we can still Beanstalk. I think we do this and don't try to naturally hit land off of Beanstalk. Kind of do it in reverse, so to speak. Okay. There we go. That's 1 Paw Patch, so possibly. Them duressing us kind of turns on Analyze the Pollen, which is pretty crazy. Okay, they're down to 5 cards after their draw step. That's a great one. Would have loved to be able to kill this right now. We can bounce it. So this will be probably Forest play Beanstalk. I can get any land actually. I can get blue, green, just exile everything. I think I'm gonna go and do that. Instead, search your library for a creature or land card. Yeah, let's do that. So this is 9. Let's get Botanical Sanctum. And then Beanstalk. Yeah, we're gonna have to grind here. Just keep hitting lands. Unfortunately, drew both the Torture Towers, which I'm not thrilled about. Would have loved to have that be a Paw Patch instead. They missed their fault land, that's big. And now we can... What can we do? We can bounce that and our Beanstalk on their turn. Maybe in their second main phase. Seems fine, not amazing. If I do it now, we can hit a 1-drop. This is green, right? It's blue. Yeah, we can hit a 1-drop. Let's... Suppose they had spell stat. I'm gonna do it on their turn. Okay, this is Archfiend turn. It is an Archfiend turn. Ugh, I hate that. We can kill it on our turn though. So just bounce their thing, bounce our thing. So resolves. It's actually not as bad as I made it out to be. It's totally fine. We have so many cards for Roaring Furnace, we'll just kill it for 2 mana. Best exchange. Okay. So here's the Furnace. Yep. I'm happy to get tap land out the way. We're almost at the requisite 8 evidence. Getting there. There's the Annex again. Do they have 5th land? They have Duress. Doesn't really matter. Probably take Analyze. Yep. Okay, we need to establish ourselves here. I can also unlock the Sauna, which is pretty good. think I'll do that, and then we're kind of matching them on the annex. Give a land for next turn. We do need to deal with this demon if they decide to go for it. They do, so we get drained this time. Okay. Probably gonna try and find bounce or paw patch here off of Thunder Trap. This is blue. Blue. Okay. Let's get an untapped land. One of those, one of these. Instep, draw a card. Okay, we sided them in. We're good. So there's one on the bottom, cost one in the hand. They can probably play demons for the rest of the game here. Okay, they're going for the big play. Interesting. So they'll be drawing an extra card each turn. I could just kill that, and I think they die first. Right, so we go to 4 cards. Oh, they have Jace in hand probably. Yeah, I think they got us then. I don't have a negate in the deck, and we probably cannot kill them this turn. Did we mill all the Totentans? Exile all but the bottom 6. Okay, so can we not see those cards? I don't know, that's a mistake. Yeah, I was trying to grind and they kind of combo killed us here. Out of nowhere. Ooh. We could just hope that they don't have Jace. And then try and draw as few cards as possible. So, with that in mind, let's start by killing the demon. Let's actually put one of these guys in play. Play an untapped land. Kill their demon. Hold up, this town ain't big enough, and hope that we don't get jaced. But I think it's more than likely we will. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure why we had to wait for that. We'll be on the play next game. I think I might put in one negate. Yeah, those torture towers were kind of like mulligans there, unfortunately. I'll trim one and put one negate in. Try it like that. Man, I feel like we had taken over that game, and then it just shows you that you know, they have access to that powerful line to win the game, and there you have it. Don't underestimate the inverter of truth combo, as it were. Okay, no red, but we do have that base covered. Okay. Get some grindy elements here. I think I want up the beanstalk. Probably get... We don't even have to use that. I would hate to get spell studded here. Do we wait a turn? But so much mana. I think I'm gonna wait on that the beanstalk. We'll just get gassed out otherwise, I feel like. Yeah. Now they have the fairy and I don't have the removal spell. Or maybe one of our guys is dying? Yeah. Wouldn't you know it? That's really annoying. Okay. They're passing. Probably bounce. If I bounce it, then I can just replay. If I bounce my 2 things, they can respond by killing. If I play up the beanstalk, then this triggers. It's a pretty annoying spot. Okay. Another card that triggers it. Let's get second red. Oh man, punished. It's funny how things line up sometimes, you just can't help it. Cut down. Yeah, it'll still be too small. Fine with that. And then it would be nice if they had a 2 mana removal spell, then I could have done everything. They're bouncing now. Oof, this is gonna be a lot of pressure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the only thing missing from that draw is the duress to really give them the best possible. Let's see if they have a 4-drop to follow it up. I think I'm taking here. Yeah, it's gonna be very tough. And try this. They'll probably kill my Thunder Trap. Then we break even on the this town. Oh, okay. Might find some removal. Probably blue, green. Blue, green. That is not the one. I'll set this up for next turn. We get an island. They're playing very patiently. Maybe a little too patiently. I feel like they could be putting us under a lot more pressure. I imagine we can set up a scenario here where we can do a big flood caller turn. In the meantime, I'm just going to try and hit removal with Thunder Trap Trainers. I think they're looking to draw cards again and just hit land drops. There's a removal spell. Let's do it now. think I'm just going to look to put as many otters as I can into play so we can set up a situation where we can win. So if they draw cards in response here, that's fine. We'll try and make this game not about grinding. This will cost 3, plus an additional 1 for each fairy, so 4. Okay, well, I think it's counted. And yeah, like I mentioned, we'll just try and get as many otters into play as possible. Alright, that's a 1 casting cost spell for big turn next turn. Get him for 3. Kill one of our guys, okay. That's gonna go a long way to keeping them alive. They have a Reef as a blocker as of right now. Let's see. We still have a forest and an island in the deck. And we can protect this guy and bounce our Storm Chaser's talent. Let's see if they have another spell starter. Okay. So I get island. I don't want to try fight into open mana. If they kill our guy, I'll just bounce him and bounce the talent. And then we'll cast a talent post-combat to have a blocker for the Reef next turn. Should have maybe bounced a fairy here, just to tax their mana, since we do have another copy of this guy. So it's not that important that we save it. That way we can tie up their mana a bit. Pretty sure I should have done that, but I'm happy for them to fight over it, so this is great. Now we'll get that island, recast, and we'll have a blocker. I think I will probably hold back one of these guys just to make sure we don't die to a removal spell end step here. They did just cast double removal spell, but I feel like there's no need to risk it. This will put them to 4, and then I think we're gonna have, I mean, if they set up blockers, then we may not have lethal. We can also give the Floodcaller itself haste next turn. I'm gonna do a conservative attack, just in case they have removal. I don't want to just die outright. And then maybe on the next turn we can draw removal for these and make it so it's not a 2-turn clock. Plus now they have to think about leaving back blockers, so putting them in a bit of a tough spot. I doubt they're counting on us having second copy of Floodcaller. Looks like there was a removal spell. Hopefully there isn't another one for 4. If there is another one, they actually don't have the mana to then also attack us. So let's see what they decide to do. I think they have 2 cards in hand. If they're going to put us on a 2-turn clock, they're going to force us to block. I think we should have enough with 2 spells here to make these guys into actually only 3 power. But giving this guy haste should make it so it's enough. Yeah, they have they played a land and they have 2 colorless sources, so I think we're good. Yep. Let's go Beanstalk. Oh, we need to hit untapped land to give this guy haste. Oh no. I wonder if I started on Virtue if we'd have been able to do everything. I might have just punted. So if we went Virtue first, then we can cast with others and still cast. Yeah, that was a punt. Because Because this is only going to be 6 and there it's 7. Now we just need to get lucky. We have 3 draws towards untapped land. Yeah, punt. Hopefully we don't get punished. That's a tapped land. We got an extra draw here. Tapped land. Punished. So through that game, unfortunately. Very close. But yeah, you gotta play tight if you want to win difficult games of Magic. So there you go. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this deck tech. Decklist and sideboard guide for this Temur Prowess deck is available down below. Make sure you also leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know what deck you'd like to see a deck tech and playthrough for next. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.